For the On the Trail unit, the 5 of us prepared for and conducted a 6-night, 5-day hike through the White Mountain National Forest.
What you just saw here is the clip that when we were climbing the Mount Flume. As you can see, those are really steep rocks. On the side, those are really pine needle forests which can grow in high altitude alpine regions. We walk in a line because the trail is really narrow and is in a poor condition. However, we made through it at the end of the day, nearly 5:30 p.m. In the White Mountain area, even it's already late May, in some area it was really cold. As you can see here, we encountered some snow piles near the top of the mountain.
Even though we were hiking toward the end of spring, nights still got very cold. Temperatures dropped into the low 30s some nights. To prepare for this, each of us brought a sleeping bag rated to 30 degrees. The sleeping bags we used are mummy style. The bags are made of synthetic materials. This allows them to be packed down to about the size of a loaf of bread. It also allows it to dry quickly and still be usable after coming into contact with water. The ground where we set up tents was often hard, rocky, and uncomfortable to sleep on, so sleeping pads are used to provide a comfortable sleeping surface. Some were a thick layer of foam, some were inflatable, others were a combination of both. Cramming 6 days of gear into each pack was tough. Packs had to be packed efficiently, keeping in mind the center of gravity and the needs of each hiker. Heavy items were stored in the middle of the pack and closest to the body. This prevents the pack from becoming too top or bottom heavy and helps the hiker maintain balance. Items like rain gear and water bottles often needed to be accessed quickly and were therefore kept towards the outside of the pack. Food supplies and clothing could be kept deep inside the pack. Most packs have a section at the bottom to store sleeping bags and sleeping pads. For most of the trip, we didn't have access to clean water. Even when brook or stream water appeared to be clean, it still could contain nasty viruses. Some are so bad you wish you were dead, according to some hikers with first-hand experiences. Therefore, we had to make sure the water was filtered and purified. In order to do this, we brought pump water filters. The filters use a combination of charcoal, iodine, and screens to fully clean the water. Charcoal acts as a taste neutralizer. Iodine purifies the water, killing germs and viruses. The screens filter out any debris. What comes out is clear, clean-tasting water.
Here is a video clip about we are gathering around at the top of Mount Flume. At the end of the first day, everyone is tired, but as a reward, they were able to get onto the Mount Flume and see the beautiful view there. People are packing their stuff and have their gorbs, as mentioned before.
First step in setting up the tent is laying the ground sheet. The ground sheet protects the tent from moisture and harshness of the ground. After the ground sheet is placed, the tent itself is set up. The nylon walls of the tent are supported by a lightweight, collapsible aluminum frame. Once the tent is set up, the fly must be put over it to protect it from rain. The fly directs any rainfall away from the tent to keep it dry.
Most places we couldn't make fires, so we used small camp stoves. When we did make fires, we would cook dessert or marshmallows over the fire.
Greenleaf Hut, located in the east of Mount Lafayette, which has 4,200 of elevation, beyond sea level. Mount Lafayette is 1.1 mile from the hut. The trail between two places are in a tough condition. The first half of the trail was built on the west slope of Mount Lafayette, and they are full of stones there. It's not easy to walk on there. The second half of the trail ran through the pine forest in the lower shoulder of Mount Lafayette.
During our trip to the White Mountains, we had 3 meals a day, and on 2 days, a dessert. The 2 criterions for food on our trip were that it had to be easy to carry and have a long shelf life. We burned about 4,000 to 5,000 calories every day, and after the body burns off the food, it burns off the fat. Starting off in the morning, each of us had at least 3 liters of water. It was key to conserve water no matter how thirsty we were, because we weren't sure if we would pass by a brook or a river. On the last day, we hiked 7 miles, and we were advised to save it for the last 2 or 3 mile stretch. For breakfast on Friday the 22nd and Tuesday the 26th, we ate pancakes, while on the rest of the trip, we had instant oatmeal with boiling water. For lunch, we had an option of peanut butter and jelly and honey, or salami, cheese, and mustard on a pita bread. For dinner, we ate dehydrated food. To prepare the dehydrated food, we gathered water from a nearby stream or brook and mixed it with the dehydrated food bags. However, on Thursday, we had to gather snow from Mount Flume in order to hydrate and heat up the food. There are a variety of options for dehydrated dinners, ranging from kung pao chicken to beef stroganoff. On Wednesday and Saturday, we took a break from the dehydrated food, and on the 20th, we ate chicken, steak, peppers, and onions on a fajita. On the 23rd, we were treated to Mr. Martin's special tuna and rice. It consisted of tuna, rice, and chicken noodle soup mix. On some days, we had a dessert and roasted marshmallows over a fire. When we reached the summit of a mountain and took a short water break, we snacked on either gorp, which is another term for trail mix, or we also had a Snickers or a Cliff Bar, which we bought from Greenleaf Hut and Lonesome Lake Hut. It's necessary to snack on foods with high fat value while backpacking, so you won't pass out. For example, our gorp consisted of M&Ms, peanuts, and raisins, 3 foods that are high in fat value. Although this food may seem ordinary to you, after hiking 5+ miles on mountainous terrain, everything tastes amazing and delicious.
On our way down the ridge from Mount Lafayette on Memorial Day weekend, there were many groups of people with their dogs hiking.